This test is going to be for showing drop of pellet in inches through a Benjamin NPS 22 caliber with the RWS Super H Point 14.3 grain pellet. And we're going to start at 15 yards, increase by 5-yard increments, up to 50 yards. This Benjamin is zeroed in at 20 yards on center. Alright, so with the final results using the RWS Super H Point 14.2 grain pellet through a Benjamin NPS 22 caliber rifle at various yardages of 15 up to 50 yards. The test was solely designed to show pellet drop per unit of inches with various yardages from an air gun. But note please that this test is not to test for pellet accuracy, not to find the best pellet for any particular air gun. It's not a test of any individual air gun or a test for any particular pellet or weight of a pellet or a test of any one particular air gun velocity. So you've got a lot of factors in here. This is just to give you a general idea of how this pellet performed with this air gun so that you can do the same test yourself to find out which pellet and range per your zero is going to work. Now, my pellet accuracy was acceptable from 15 to 35 yards, with this Benjamin zeroed at 20 yards. So this is the 15-yard shot. We have a 1/4 inch drop. So of course you're going to have 2 zeros. "20-yard shot, it's right on. Temperature outside was 83 degrees, it was sunny, wind was about 6 miles an hour, so you're going to have some fluctuations, some flyers. Humidity was 55%. So there were some gusts here and there, and I'm sure pellet accuracy had fluctuated due to my shooting as well. This here is 25 yards. I have a 5/8 inch drop off of 0. 30 yards, I only have a 1/4 inch drop. So there's basically my second 0. So anywhere from like 20 to 30 yards, I've got a pretty good accuracy. 35 yards starts to drop again. That's down to 5/8 inches. 40 yards, it drops to 1 3/8 inches. So now we're losing some velocity, and more so the pellet is going to drop. Note as I go through these that the penetration of the pellet is good. The Super H point is kind of like a hollow point wad cutter, so it's got a nice round hit. 45 yards, we still have a nice round hit. Drop is now 1 6/8 inches. 50 yards, now we've got the biggest drop, of course, and that's 4 inches. As well, with the 4-inch, there was a little bit of keyholing. Once the pellet hit, it kind of flipped to the side and turned it left. So it did keyhole a little bit. So that's my take on the Benjamin NPS 22 caliber nitro piston break barrel rifle. This was done on a horizontal plane with a tri-leg level bench rest, and this is just to basically help to determine my best range for shooting. Hope it helps you out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. This piece of cardboard was the cardboard that I used behind each pellet, setting it at the same level. So, at the widest point, I have a 1 7/8 width. At the highest point of spread, I have a 4 1/2 inch. As far as the center group that's circled, the 5, I have a 1 3/8 inch by 1 6/8 inch. After all the testing on the paper, I decided to just take an old Deep Woods off can, which is a thick can, not like your cola cans. And I got a side shot. That's the entrance with the RWS Super H point 14.2 grain, and the exit hole is there. That's the first shot. Second shot is taken right there, and unfortunately all I got was a dent. And as you can hear, pellet's still in there. Now I'm going to try to get that out. So that was at 20 yards. So here are some of the pellets that I actually did recover from the shooting. The 3 on the left show the hollow point performed very well. There was no breakage of the top skirt, and they did expand somewhat. Now the one on the right, lower corner, this is the one that was extracted from the can. As you can see, there is a definite deformity to that one, but the Deep Woods off can mics out at 0.016, which is a much thicker can than a cola can. On average, a cola can is 0.007. So as you can see, it's over double the thickness of a cola can. So 20 yards through the Deep Woods off can shows good penetration and good performance of the pellet. So I'm pretty happy with this. I have a lot more pellets to go through, and just going to be keeping a record for myself. If I get to do some of them to put back on here to present for you, if it's going to help you, that's great. Thanks for watching.